Yeah, I love renewing the rivalry with Arkansas. Obviously, I think you hit the nail on the head. People of my generation don't really see Arkansas as the same level as Oklahoma. I think that could change with it being renewed in the SEC. I've said, and I want your opinion on this kind of open-ended, fun question. Um, the Arkansas game is the game I'm most confident in on Texas' schedule, not because I don't think they're the worst team. I don't think they're going to be, but because I saw what happened the last time we were on that field. We were completely embarrassed. Steve Sarkisian, there were multiple shots during that game. He looked like, wow, this is going to be a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. And I just wanted to get your opinion on my confidence in that game going forward this year.
No, I mean, I'd say that of the games on Arkansas' schedule, that's the one I'm least confident in, just because of the reasons you mentioned, but also because Texas, like, this is the first year, and that's just, again, so Arkansas. The one year that Nick Saban leaves Alabama is the one year Arkansas doesn't have to play Alabama. And Arkansas never beat Nick Saban at Alabama, like, since the Bush administration. Like, that, they never did. So just how it goes. But, yeah, no, I think that if that game was earlier in the year, I think it'd be different. But because there's a lot of things that could happen by that point in time, I'm not saying it for sure, but there's a chance that Sam Pittman may not even be coached by then. You know, if it really goes badly. And who knows, maybe Bobby Petrino steps in, becomes a head coach again. So, yeah, I don't have much confidence in that game. I mean, it's helpful that it's at home for Arkansas, but if Texas is undefeated going into that game or something and they know what's on the line, yeah, I don't see any way that Arkansas wins. But at the same time, not only the last time these teams played, but even the time before that in the Texas Bowl in 2014 or 15 or whatever, it was and Arkansas smoked Texas. So it's always a great game though, because I still go back to the Cotton Bowl in 2000 when Arkansas really put it to Texas. I think back to 2003 down there in Austin, the ambush in Austin is what they call it. Arkansas won that game too with Matt Jones at quarterback. Texas returned the favor the next year, but even in 2009? No, it was 2008. Bobby Petrino's first year went down there to Colt McCoy's Texas team and got smoked, like, badly. But still, that's always been an interesting game. If I'm a Texas fan, I always hate that game because it seems like Arkansas shouldn't win, but they do sometimes. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I think it's going to be great. And and this is one thing Razorback fans do appreciate about the SEC. Arkansas felt like they were going to get constantly screwed in the scheduling, but I think that the SEC respects the history of Arkansas and Texas to make that game be more permanent, not only in football, but in a lot of other sports too, which I think is good for Arkansas, and I think it's good for Texas, and I think it's just good for the conference in general.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, the environment the last time we went there was insane, so I expect it to be the same down there. And I'm excited for basketball as well because I think those could be the top two teams in the SEC in basketball next year, so it's going to be fun.
Yeah. There's a lot of talent coming in basketball and everything. I know that'll be a great one, but I'll be interested to see what happens if when Ole Miss and Texas play, because obviously the Chris Beard angle is going to be pretty fascinating from that. And and then of course when Arkansas and Kentucky play, because Arkansas has John Calipari now as their head coach, which is wild. So yeah, I think Arkansas and Texas will be a great matchup in all sports. And I'm sure you guys will know this, but it doesn't matter the sport. If Texas comes to Arkansas for it, whether it's baseball, basketball, football, whatever it is, Arkansas is going to show out for it, and they're going to care a lot more about it than probably most of the games because it's Texas. And if they either fans hate Texas because they remember, or they hate Texas because they were told to. Those are the only two options that they have.
Good stuff.
Really good stuff.
Really enjoyed
Got
that.
me excited for that game.
Well, you should be excited.
I am.
You should get some payback.
I'm hoping we do because, like I said, I mean, I have it written down right in front of me. I knew how bad it was just because I'm sitting in my living room watching that game, and they are just pounding it down our throat the whole second half. Over 300 yards rushing. I don't know how many games in the history of like modern day college football you can look back and see 300 yards rushing with 7 yards per carry or more.
Well, unfortunately, I think you can think upon another one that comes to mind for me.
BYU?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to think about
Taysom Hill.
either. I know. He's become folklore with Texas fans. Like, because he did it twice. He did it down in Austin and up in Provo back-to-back years. He destroyed us on the ground. It's crazy how the yards and stats he put up in those two games.